On behalf of the OAS, let me welcome you today to this joint OAS Facebook online activity to support micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. Today's event is part of a broader initiative between the OAS and Facebook, through which we hope to share information that may be critical to the survival of micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, particularly in this period when many of these businesses have been victims or casualties of the current pandemic. The focus of today's online activity is on the tourism sector and businesses in the tourism value chain. This is no accident. We know that in many of our countries, small and medium-sized enterprises represent the predominant business type in the tourism sector. The OAS also recognizes that the travel and tourism sector and businesses in the tourism value chain have been among some of the worst affected by the pandemic. For the more fortunate of these businesses, economic activity has only slowed, while many others have been shuttered, and in some instances, these may never reopen even after we emerge from this crisis. The objective of this initiative is therefore to share experiences, policies, programs, and possible solutions for small businesses in the tourism value chain and tourism sector, to help them continue operating and or to recover from the current crisis. We are indeed in uncharted waters regarding the pandemic and its effects on the sector. There is no clear sense of how long the situation will continue. Protecting those businesses that have been able to remain open and helping others for when our economies are able to reopen are therefore very important considerations in the current environment. Hopefully, we will be able to share some insights into these issues today. As some authorities begin contemplating reducing restrictions and reopening the economy, it is clear that the travel and tourism sector which emerges will likely be substantially different to what existed prior to the pandemic, at least in the short term. Several questions arise. For example, will there be social distancing on airline travel? And if so, how will this be implemented? And importantly, what are the things that we need to do most to regain the confidence of the traveling public? There will also be need for new health and sanitation protocols for airplanes, airports, hotels, and other tourism businesses. While many of these issues are already being considered, the best results will come out of a collaborative, multi-sector, multi-stakeholder process that ensures that all voices are heard. Today, we are delighted to be able to offer the perspective from a tourism leader on some of these issues, that of Jamaica. Not only has Jamaica been a tourism leader in terms of being one of the world's leading tourism destinations, Minister Bartlett, who has kindly consented to deliver this presentation, has been one of the strongest advocates for building resilience in the tourism industry at the hemispheric and global levels. We thank him for agreeing to share his perspectives and those of Jamaica on some of these policies, programs, and tools which may be deployed to help tourism MSMEs face the pandemic. I now turn you over to the Honorable Minister of Tourism of Jamaica, the Honorable Mr. Edmund Bartlett. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair, and to the organizers, the OAS and Facebook, for this opportunity to share Jamaica's perspective on micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, with a particular focus on MSMEs in the travel and tourism sector and key measures to ensure the survival and effective recovery of these enterprises and the sector in the post-COVID-19 era. A key challenge with global discussions on MSMEs remains that there is no harmonized definition nor classification for micro, small, and medium enterprises. To use one criteria, say numbers of employees, we could reasonably say that a micro-sized enterprise has less than 10 employees, a small-sized enterprise between 10 and 50 employees, and a medium-sized enterprise 250 to 300 employees. Notwithstanding any definitional challenges, the micro, small, and medium enterprise sector remains a significant contributor to the economic and social development of Jamaica and the wider Caribbean. According to a 2016 thematic study undertaken by the Caribbean Development Bank, entitled Micro, Small, Medium Enterprise Development in the Caribbean Towards a New Frontier, MSMEs constitute between 70 to 85% of the number of enterprises, contribute between 60 to 70% of GDP, and account for approximately 50% of employment in the Caribbean. As a small island developed state, Jamaica appreciates well the vulnerabilities faced due to size, particularly in confronting exogenous shocks and other challenges to sustainable development. In like fashion, due to their size and other factors, MSMEs continue to face major constraints such as inadequate access to finance, gaps in training and business skills, lack of competitiveness, low employment of technology to improve productivity, and little investment in research, development, and other innovation tools. These enterprises in the tourism sector, the micro, small, and medium-sized tourism enterprises, MSMTE as we have dubbed them, face a compounded challenge as tourism counts among the few sectors that most benefit from and depend on globalization. It is hardly surprising then that the consequent travel and other restrictions from COVID-19, thereby constraining the benefits of globalization, have hit the sector hardest. Mindful of these considerations, the government of Jamaica was very clear in prioritizing the needs of MSMEs in its immediate response to COVID-19. Some of these measures follow, and although each measure is not specific to MSMEs nor the tourism sector, the intended result is expected to inure to the benefit of these enterprises. The government introduced the COVID allocation of resources for employees, the CARE program we call it, which represents an injection of some 5.9 billion Jamaican dollars, or nearly 45 million US, for two key initiatives: the business employee support and transfer of cash, which we call BEST Cash, and the supporting employees with transfer of cash, we call the SET Cash. Under the BEST Cash program, registered businesses operating in the hotel, tours, attraction companies, and other segments of the tourism industry, properly licensed with the Jamaica Tourist Board, will be provided with temporary cash transfers based on the number of workers retaining employment and who fall under the income tax threshold of 1.5 million Jamaican or 11,000 US. Additionally, for small businesses in the tourism sector, 1.2 billion or 8.8 million US will be available in the form of grants. The criteria for application and eligibility decided in consultation with the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association and through a special multi-stakeholder COVID tourism grants committee. These tourism-specific measures have highlighted the need for effective communication and public-private sector partnership for implementation. It further highlighted a key challenge with MSMEs, the lack of formalization. Given that many MSMEs operate in an informal structure, they would not be eligible to accept these provisions if not properly registered and tax compliant. In this regard, MSMEs are being encouraged to bring themselves within the formal sector to ensure that they can access these benefits. This move will be valuable not only in addressing COVID-19, but will ensure that these businesses will continue to benefit from relevant facilities in the recovery period and beyond. We had anticipated that employers will not be able to retain all employees on the payroll, and we further understand that employees from industries other than tourism will be laid off. To address this scenario, the SET Cash program provides temporary cash transfers to individuals where it can be verified that they lost their employment since March 10, and that's the period of the first COVID case in Jamaica. Now, this program will be available to employees from any sector who lost their employment after March 10 and before June 30, 2020. All small businesses with sales of 50 million Jamaican or 369,000 US or less who filed taxes in the 2019-20 financial year and who filed payroll returns indicating they have employees will be eligible for a one-time COVID small business grant of 100,000 Jamaican or 750 US. For farmers whose usual market is the hotel sector, the government has been working assiduously through the Say Yes to Fresh campaign to redirect produce to local households, especially in the light of lower food imports expected in the coming months. These COVID-19 measures operate within the framework of existing and forward-thinking policies, such as the 2017 MSME and entrepreneurship policy, which place small businesses at the prime angle within the wider National Sustainable Development Plan of Vision 2030 Jamaica. In response to the challenges faced by the MSMEs, long-term and ongoing measures contained in the policy includes the creation of an enabling business environment, increase of finance to them through innovative and non-traditional sources, enhancement of businesses and development support through training, and the promotion of a culture of entrepreneurship. Additionally, for the small businesses in the tourism sector, the government has conceptualized a range of bold initiatives, including the establishment of island-wide artisan villages, the Craft and Development Institute, the Center of Tourism Innovation, and the Tourism Linkage Network. Over $1 billion Jamaican dollars has been made available for a revolving loan facility for small businesses. The Jamaica Suppliers Registry and a National Community Tourism Portal were established. These facilities seek to ensure that more entrepreneurial Jamaicans can build their capacity and better position themselves to take advantage of the opportunities to invest directly in tourism or indirectly by exploiting linkage opportunities. According to the World Trade Organization's World Trade Report of 2019, The Future of Services Trade, international tourism is the most inclusive service sector with participation in trade by economies at all levels of development. That report also notes that in developing economies, the tourism and travel-related industry records the highest contribution in exports by micro, small, and medium enterprises, and also by women. It is therefore imperative that MSMEs not only survive this crisis, but maximize the opportunities offered by emerging trends for scalability and growth to ensure that a small and vulnerable economy like Jamaica can thrive in the aftermath of this pandemic. The COVID-19 outbreak is pushing MSME operators to chart innovative paths for expansion of their services to better fulfill the wishes of their clients and secure new niches and customers, keeping in view the new normal that will prevail post-COVID. Our immersion in COVID life and social distances has placed a spotlight on our underutilization of existing technologies for the greater efficiencies through more remote meetings, electronic sharing, and non-traditional distribution channels such as e-commerce. In late 2017, when the international community adopted the Montego Bay Declaration on Jobs and Inclusive Growth, a partnership for sustainable tourism, a key outcome enunciated in that document was the establishment of the Global Tourism Resilience and Crisis Management Center to assist destinations' preparedness, management, and recovery of crises which impact tourism and threaten economies and livelihoods. While we were cognizant that there could be pandemics and other threatening diseases, we had not foreseen anything of this magnitude where an invisible enemy, a phantom, so to speak, in a sense, would emerge and provoke the closure of borders, airports and seaports, hotels, and an entire productive sector, indeed, the travel and tourism sector. Due to this foresight, the GTRCM is poised to discharge its mandate to drive the recovery of the tourism sector. This will include liaising with relevant stakeholders to promote resilience and build human capacity in order to have full recovery in the fastest possible time. The center will also serve as a reference point for information, communication, and research on best practices to provide the roadmap for tourism recovery. Even as we ask MSMEs to dig deeper for more creative and innovative solutions, governments are compelled to keep similar steps. In this regard, Jamaica will pioneer the Generation C recovery and resilience strategy, Gen C as we call it. Gen C is characterized by different generations, the baby boomers, the Generation X's, the millennials, united through this shared global intergenerational experience of COVID-19. Gen Z is further defined by a shift in the societal mindset as to how we travel and interact. The desire to shake off the restraints of social distancing, to travel again, perhaps domestically at first, but certainly beyond our borders, as the comfort and desire to venture further from our borders return. At the beginning of this statement, I am reminded of the tourism sector's heavy dependence on globalization and the vulnerabilities of our small size as SIDS. Undoubtedly, these features present formidable challenges. However, it is our versatility, agility, and resilience due to our small size, coupled with the opportunities that globalization will provide for re-engagement and reconnection, that will serve as the linchpin for effective recovery. I dare say that the global economy will be hard-pressed to restart without the critical return to travel. Across the world, travel and tourism accounts for 11% of global GDP and creates more than 320 million jobs for dedicated workers, serving 1.4 billion travelers annually. COVID-19 has transformed much of this landscape, and the recovery efforts must adjust and be tailored to these considerations. There are no real winners in this crisis, save for perhaps the natural environment. We're all in this thing together, and together we will recover, rebuild, and re-emerge much stronger. Thank you. We will now hear from Irene Quinones, the Public Relations Manager for Mexico, Central America, and the Caribbean.
Thank you, Minister Bartlett. It is an honor to count on you as an ally to work alongside us. My name is Irene Quinones, and I'm part of the Facebook Public Policy team for the Caribbean, Central America, and Mexico. We all know how important small, medium businesses and entrepreneurs are for a country's economy, but it is only in times of need that we truly feel their strength. Businesses are going through rough times, and there is not a single solution to all the challenges, but what we do have are tools to face this new normal. E-commerce has always been an important tool, even previous to COVID-19, but it is needed now more than ever. The ability to supply people with the products and services they need, anywhere, at any time, will without a doubt be a key advantage to compete in this new world. Facebook is a tool that can contribute to this end. Every person can find what they're looking for through a global platform that connects businesses and entrepreneurs to new clients in new cities and, why not, new countries. We know these are trying times, and Facebook is here to help you move forward. This is why I want to introduce you to my colleague Samuel, We'll get started with this training so you can learn more on how to keep connected to your customers in these times. Thank you.
Thanks, Irene. I wish to welcome you to the workshop Boast with Facebook. I am Sam Gonzalez from the E-Foundation and part of the Facebook Trainers Network. We are going to work on two great topics. Number one, we will review the tools that Facebook has available to keep communications with the community. And number two, the resilience for small and medium businesses. So let's start with the first topic. Did you know that there are differences between Facebook page and a Facebook profile? Let's review this because this is the very first step. A personal profile is a space to connect with friends, family, and people that you know. To achieve a different business presence, you need to create a business page. To do this, the first step is to have a personal profile because you need to link it to your personal profile. With a personal profile, you can create a commercial page. A business page is a place where people can connect with your business and where they can get more information about your products or the services you are bringing according to your value proposition. On a business page, you can share updates, interact with your customers, and accept orders directly on Facebook, as well as book appointments and even use free tools to post jobs opportunities. Once you have your business Facebook page or even your commercial Instagram profile, we need to generate creative content. So let me pass and introduce to you to Carla, who will guide us through the creative content.
Thank you, Samuel. Hi, my name is Carla Martinez. I'm part of Fundación E and a Blueprint certificated trainer. So now we are going to talk about creative content. Can you recognize the man sitting in the middle of the picture? Yes, he is the master of suspense, Alfred Hitchcock. Back in his days, to create an ad required massive production resources just to shoot a 50-second commercial. Nowadays, it is more simple. You will just need one piece of technology that is in your very own hands, your cell phone. Yes, that's very simple. You will just need your phone, a few great creative apps, and perhaps a $20 tripod to create great content. Visual expression is transforming our platforms. 5 years ago, the most content published on Facebook was text. Now in our days, we can see that photos abound. And also we are seeing the growing posting of videos and also virtual and augmented reality. Phones have played an important part in this growth. So, whenever creating content, you must have in mind some main considerations for creating content. What are your goals? Who is your audience? What message is relevant for them? And if the visuals you are using are representative of your business. All of this will help you to create engaging content for your customers. One factor you should keep in mind is to find your business personality. What you need to post, which language can I use, what content works better for you. It could be humor, storytelling, advice, opinions. Remember that social media is a space to communicate with each other, so try to make it authentically. At this point, you may be wondering, what can I say? What can I post about? Here are some narrative advices. Tell stories. Highlight the unique things about your business. Talk about your business history, about the quality of your products, about the problems or needs you're solving. Try to keep in touch with your clients by telling them what's new about your business. Maybe publish your offer, your changes, maybe a new address, new working hours, your events and celebration dates. Remember to put people first. Talk about your team. They are the face of your business. Talk about your clients. A good recommendation of your client can give credibility to your business. Use the power of the image in your favor. Use an authentic image, a high definition and colorful image. Try to use an image related to the text you're using. When using text, remember that less is better. So try to use short text. Think about what you want to tell to your customers and remember to close with a call to action. So, now if you want to know more about creative content, you can visit the Facebook Mobile Studio.
Thank you, Carla. Let's talk about the opportunity for businesses on Messenger. So let's start with the obvious. The need to communicate with each other hasn't changed. We are humans, very social beings. But the way we communicate has changed over the last century, and even more in the last few decades. People are increasingly using messaging apps to stay connected to family, friends, and loved ones, wherever they are, doing whatever they are doing. Across 7 markets surveyed globally, 67% of people say their messaging has increasing over the past 2 years. In messaging, helps moves people through the purchase journey faster. Businesses are able to understand objections and barriers right away and get people a personalized answer in the moment, leading them to be able to make decisions more directly, in this case, to purchase. Whenever you have a large shift in how people communicate with each other, it's natural that they want to extend this to the business. And it's more than just want, because they expect business to communicate there quickly and also to speak their own language. Messenger for Business gives the flexibility and options to be creative in order to achieve real results with real people. By having a Facebook page, you are already a messenger. Messenger is a native tool from Facebook. Messenger makes it easy to responsive whatever you want to manually manage conversations or build a custom presence for Messenger on our app. If you have built a manual live experience on the platform, well, we invite you also to use tools to help automate and set people's expectations at the same time. You can meet and set expectations with a welcome greeting, and this can be automated. To create a fully custom experience for your brand, build a custom presence on the app. Start by identifying the business problem that the messaging experience will solve. Determine how your business messenger presence integrates into your overall marketing strategy. Do not treat it as a tack-on, as it's most effective when it acts as another marketing channel. Businesses are already using Messenger to achieve real results across the customer journey. Please take that in your mind. So let me pass to Carla.
Thank you, Samuel. Another type of video available is Facebook Live. Facebook Live allows you to interact directly with people via video. You feel like you are right there with them, that you can chat with them or make whatever activity you can imagine. Now, remember that people are already sharing and posting live moments. So, why don't our business can be also sharing and making live moments like that? Now, let's see how to create a Facebook Live video. We must go to the button Publish on the top of our newsfeed page. Then we select Live Video in the detachable menu. We add a description. Try that this description is attractive and let people know what to expect about the transmission. You can add something fun, like a sticker, a mask, or a filter, something that can draw attention from the people. Then you will see the camera. It depends on the position that you want to broadcast. And in a real scenario, you will have to press the blue button of Start Live Video. You will appear a 3-second countdown, and by this moment you must be prepared to start broadcasting. During the transmission, you will be able to see how many people is connected to your video, how many spectators do you have. This number is gonna be changing during all the transmission. On the other side, the people who is watching your video can have the option to subscribe to your page, so they can be aware of all your future live transmissions. One core topic of Facebook Live is how to build audience. Each broadcast can last 4 hours. During this time, people will come in and come out, as we have seen. Not every viewer starts at frame 0. They usually can come at minute 1 or at minute 5, stay around for a second, or stay to the end. It is early, but we have noticed that it takes 7 to minute 7 to build a critical mass in the audience. This isn't the peak of the curve, but it is at this moment where the momentum can start to be built. So when you are planning to broadcast a Facebook Live, plan it for 20, 30, or even 45 minutes. Before we start our transmission on Facebook Live, there are some points we need to check in order to have a positive experience. First of all, think about the message you want to deliver to the people. Try to be frequently with your transmission, try to create expectation in your audience, try to make good descriptions about your transmission, broadcast for at least 10 minutes, and check your internet connection and be aware of your copyright. These are the great advices about Facebook Live. Now, at this point, you may be wondering again, what can I talk about in Facebook Live? What I broadcast about? Okay, these are some clues. You can talk about some subject of interest about related to your product or service or your business. You can make a questions and answer session. You can have interviews with experts, with your team, with some client. You can make a tutorial. You can make a behind the scenes session. You can share experience or give advices. And you can also show how it works your business. You can create expectation. It depends on your business and on your audience. Remember always to experiment and iterate. So now that we have seen all about Facebook Live, we are going back with Sam.
Thank you, Carla. Let's review Instagram Live. Why we use Instagram Live? Well, because we have engaging conversations with your followers. IG Live is the best way to interact with viewers in real time. Fill their burning questions, hear what's on their mind, and check out their live reactions to gauge how your broadcast is going. Reach new audiences in new ways. People love watching video, which is why we built a dedicated place to watch this engaging content on Instagram, while your current fans will be able to keep up and here on the video and also on your newsfeed. The experience will help you new followers discover you and connect instantly. IG Live lets you connect with the people who care most. Your followers can receive notifications when you go live, so they know to tune into your broadcast at the right time. This is a great tool and the opportunity to tell your story your way. Also, with creative tools like filters, it's easy to express yourself in ways that delight your followers and make it even more fun. We recommend you also to have engaging conversations with your followers and reach new audiences in new ways. That's why we use Instagram Lives. What you can do? Also, you can do workshops, presentations, events, make exclusive offers, do special interviews, and even contests. The creativity is all yours. And remember, Instagram is spontaneous. That's a very spontaneous approach. Keep that in mind. Also in this platform, you have Instagram Direct. This is a great opportunity for business on Instagram Direct. Even though we are in a very early stages in this journey, there is a compelling use case for people to business interaction on Instagram Direct. Given people often want to go from visual discovery on Instagram to learning more and communicating with your business. Again, to purchase. Convert your Instagram account to a business profile. This will allow customers to see that you're a business, as well as give you features such as business insights and access to the Insights app relevant for third-party solutions. And remember, 25 million businesses have already converted, and people come to Instagram looking to discover these business profiles. 200 million of Instagram's daily active accounts visit a business profile on a given day, and over 2/3 of business profile visits are from non-followers. Check your Instagram Direct notifications to make sure you don't miss any reach out from your customers. In particular, make sure to address questions in the question sections of the Business Direct inbox. These are often new customers that were inspired by your account or maybe by your content. And remember, maybe they are not your followers. People come to Instagram to discover new businesses, products and services, which is why over 2/3 of visitors are non-followers. Help new customers discover your business by converting your business profile posting relevant content across multiple formats, and checking your insights to make sure your content is relevant to your community. And if you are ready to start using Direct, I encourage you to invite to start interactions with new customers and reach out after discovering your content or profile. Consider that it's important for you to know that 1 in 5 stories today live in the direct message. Now, Carla will explain you about how to use WhatsApp Business.
Thank you, Sam. Now we have reached to the last of our tools to keep in touch with our clients. This is WhatsApp Business. In these sessions, we are going to talk about why so many people and so many businesses have migrated from other types of communications to direct message with their clients. And we're going to see why WhatsApp Business is an efficient tool for you to keep in touch with your clients. First of all, we must remember that WhatsApp is a free app available for Android and for iPhone. If you already have a WhatsApp Messenger account, you can migrate your personal contacts and all your chat history to your new WhatsApp Business account. But we recommend to you to create a security background copy before you made it. Another thing to keep in mind is that you can use you can have both accounts, WhatsApp Messenger and WhatsApp Business, but they cannot be linked to the same telephone number. The first step to start communication with your clients is to create a WhatsApp Business profile. When you create your profile, remember to have or to put useful information to your clients, like a good commercial description, your telephone number, your location, the hours you attend, this kind of information. When you register as a business in WhatsApp, another functions will be available for you, like automatic responses, labels, etc. This is what we're going to talk about during these sessions. So once you have downloaded and installed your WhatsApp Business application, go to the Settings button. Now you should see a section about business information like the one that's on the screen, where you can put the number of your business. You can select an image or a photo that represents your business. It can be your logo or some picture of your product, or you can put some important information about your business like your location, email address, etc. Another great characteristic of WhatsApp Business are catalogs. Instead of sending one by one pictures of your products or services to your clients, they can directly visit them in your WhatsApp. So this allows you to be or to look more professional, and also that allows the clients to be more involved with your products and services by checking them in the WhatsApp. To creating a catalog, you can upload a photo of your product or service. You can also put the price and some other information relevant to the product. Labels will help you to classify your chats and your groups in order to manage a better communication with them. You can go to the settings part, select labels. Now there are going to appear a few options, but you can create your own according to your objectives. Choose a color and you are ready, you are done. Now you can go and label your chat. Go to the chat you're going to label, press in the chat and select the menu, select the label you want to use and save it. So that's it. This is a great way to manage communication with your clients or with your future customers. We also have some tools to manage communication with your clients, like quick responses, a welcome message, etc. As a business, it is important to have a close communication with our clients. So don't send them spam or bothering messages. And remember to have previous consent of the person to send them messages. It is important to have a respectful tone. It is always better to provide our phone number first, so the people communicate with us first, and always respect the decision of the people if they don't want to keep in touch with you. So be aware of all these best practices to have a good use of WhatsApp Business. WhatsApp Business is compatible with WhatsApp Web. That means that you can use it in your computer or in your phone. It depends on whether you are working on your phone or working on your computer. That's a thing that you decide. Also, it is important to check your privacy settings in order to be safe, to have a safe communication for your business and for your clients. So this is all about WhatsApp Business. I hope it is useful for you. And now we're going to see all help and resources that Facebook have for entrepreneurs with Samuel. Thank you.
Thank you, Carla. Let's talk about the resilience for small and medium businesses. What do we mean with resiliences? This term refers to the adaptation capability of a living being to a disturbing agent or a state of adversity. Let me ask you a question. What happens if you lose the keys of your home? Does that happen to you? That happens to me, and it's a real chaos that is really I don't want to happen to me again. So now I have my plan in case I lose the keys again. Now let me ask you a second question. Are you prepared to face a crisis or a risk or the lack of continuity in your business? Well, that's the main reason why we prepared this content. Saying that, we have three objectives of this session. First, identify the commercial activities of your company that are essential so that the operation can continue in case of any interruption. Two, plan for possible risks that affect the operation of your businesses. And finally, create a resilience plan easy to use, adapted to the specific characteristic of the needs of your company in order to have a strategy in case of any disaster happens. Let's start by knowing the possible kind of risks, as this will support you to assess the vulnerability of your business to possible interruptions. We will consider that normally there are two types of risks. Number one, the first that we can classify as natural risks, those that may be generated by fire, earthquake, tornadoes, floods, storms, landslides, even hurricanes or typhoons. And the second classifications are those risks caused by human beings. Some examples may be cyber attacks, theft and crime, data entry errors, acts of terrorism, vandalism, epidemics, and even violence in the workplace. Once you identify the different kinds of risks your business could face, then you can classify them in this traffic light, putting those risks with more probability to happen in the red light, and those with less impact or probably not so much happen to you in the green side. Once the traffic light is complete, take time to evaluate what kind of risks you are most likely to affect the continuity of your business in order to make and develop strategies and an action plans before these possible scenarios happens. It is important that you to consider in this action plan different scenarios and variables that we can practically determine as a crucial resources for your business. These elements must include from people and facilities to the technological resources and even clients and suppliers. Let's check in detail each one of them. People. Talent and teams are key to continuity, so it is vital relevance to establish metrics of action so that they know what to do in different scenarios. Train them how to generate results by objectives and of different kind of information and communication technology in case they cannot go to with a regular basis to the facilities of your business. What happens if they need to work from home? Another crucial resource are our finance. That means that we need to have savings and cash flow sufficient to the operations, to maintain the operations, and as is very important as the breath we have to take every day. Also, we suggest you to have some investment instruments that can help you to maintain your cash flow. Also, the operations must be kept in mind. This is another key activities, the process and activities, what to do, where to do it, in case we cannot go to our regular basis workplace. Another very important asset is the technological resources. What happens if we lose the information or if we face a cyber attacks? Nothing like having one or two backup of all our information, but not within inside the company. What happens if the contingency affects our facilities? So we recommend you to have all these backups outside your offices or even outside the country or even using a cloud-based solution. Last, we invite you to consider in your contingency plan your clients and your suppliers. Both are just as important So you need to maintain healthy professional relationships with them. That will give you the possibility to negotiate, to extend project payments, deadlines, and even offer early sales, models, or promotion for our customers. With these elements, you can create a contingency plan for your business. Consider that such plan is a living document. That supposes that it requires the collaboration from the whole team, and it will need to be updated as frequent as so many changes happen to your company or the environment of your company. Now, once you have the continuity plan for your company, it's important to put it in practice. You can create exercises, trainings, or drills so that your teams knows what to do before any contingency or adversity happens. To conclude these sections, we want to share that Facebook has different crisis response tools. It is a space on the platform where people can find information about recent crises and have access to response resources. This includes safety status check, help the community, and fundraising events in the same space. You can learn more by visiting the website you see now in your screen. Well, if you think this is a lot of things to do, no worries. Facebook also have resources for entrepreneurs and micro and small business owners, like the Facebook Pages Manager. With this app, you can control all your messages from all the different platforms. To close, I thank you so much for your time. If you have questions, we suggest you to check facebook.com/blueprint. Use the blueprint models to get more detailed instruction about what we talked today. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this presentation. And thank you for attending, and keep learning.
As we close out today's event, let me once again thank Minister Bartlett for taking some time to share these experiences with us. We are indeed grateful for the knowledge and insights that you've brought today. Let me also express my appreciation to the team at the Ministry of Tourism of Jamaica, who we have collaborated with to coordinate the Minister's participation. A special thank you to our counterparts at Facebook, Irene Quinones and Samuel Gonzalez, who were part of today's event, and Ms. Arancha Guillen, our main point of contact at Facebook, for this initiative. We truly value this partnership with Facebook, which allows the OAS to deliver some key resources and tools for the benefit of micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises in our member states. Finally, to you, the viewers of this event today, we hope that you found the messages useful and that you will take full advantage of the training materials provided. Thank you all.